Hello and welcome back to the BHS channel. This is Professor and my assistant Quirly. So in the past few videos we have looked at some of the major inorganic chemicals in our body. Now let's look at some of the organic chemicals. If you look at a routine chemistry panel lab test, you would see that most of these chemistry tests are organic chemicals. So for example, albumin is a protein, globulins are also proteins, Ag ratio, ALT is an enzyme, a protein. So is AST, which we'll talk about, is a protein, two very important proteins, mostly for liver tests. Bilirubin is an organic chemical also. BUN is urea, it's another organic chemical. BUN creatinine is a ratio of two organic chemicals. And then we have, of course, creatinine, which is an organic molecule. GFR is calculated from creatinine. Globulins, as I mentioned, is organic. Glucose is organic. Alkaline phosphatase is an enzyme, a protein, therefore organic. And total proteins are also organic molecules. So most of the, you can see most of the chemicals that are clinically relevant, it's organic chemicals. So there are many different organic chemicals. So it's good to sort of classify them into different classes. And for metabolism, when we talk about metabolism later, I think this will be a good a good classification to follow. So we have the nitrogen-poor organic chemicals. So these include the carbohydrates, such as glucose, glycogen, and oligosaccharides. And then we have the lipids, the triglycerides, and of course the fatty acids, the membrane lipids, steroids, eicosanoids, and so on. So these chemicals are basically rich in carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, nitrogen poor. And then we have the two big classes, nitrogen rich. So these have not only C, H, and O, but it has quite a bit of this nitrogen-rich chemicals. That includes nucleic acids, mainly you can see your nucleotides, DNA, RNA, and of course all the proteins. They are nitrogen-rich. Okay, so we have nitrogen poor, nitrogen rich, and then of course we have combinations, various combinations. So for example, proteoglycans are carbohydrates. Glycans are carbohydrates where proteins are attached. So a little bit of proteins attached to the carbohydrates. Glycoproteins are proteins with carbohydrates, a little bit of carbohydrate attached. Lipopolysaccharides, again, are carbohydrates with lipids attached. Lipid-anchored proteins are proteins that are attached to lipids. And lipoproteins, again, are combinations of lipids and proteins. Okay, so we have nitrogen poor, nitrogen rich, and combination organic chemicals. Okay, so we shall stop here and start looking at the various organic chemicals more closely in the next video.